She left a good man for freedom, but freedom left her with regrets, 2 divorces, and an ex who moved on.
Me and my ex-husband broke up, and then I got lonely, met a guy, and I think things moved really fast. I don't know, I thought it was fate. Clearly it wasn't. It didn't work out. He broke up with me. He was done. Dating is just hard, you guys. It's like hard to imagine finding someone. It's hard to imagine there's a world where there's like someone who's actually meant for you. So hopefully I find someone. Like, I tear up every time I say that because I don't believe I'm going to.
I would give the pain a 10.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have left the good guy so you could get pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone, because you probably thought the grass was greener on the other side.
A lot of people do tell you it's not that bad and things like that, but me personally, it hurt it really
That's not your voice.
His first birthday for
to be here.
Dark.
Dang. Skipped daughter's birthday to sit in bed with Drake. Crazy.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
Where's your son?
Getting called
Somewhere
out.
safe, and it's not his birthday.
Crazy.
It doesn't really work that way.
What do you mean? I did the thing with the hand.
Yeah, no, that's not actually real.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a
I need someone to double team with, is basically what she's saying.
mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words.
Why are they always stuffing their face or doing their makeup while they do these videos?
I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details.
Pause the perfect
And
time.
that was that. I looked at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. I knew that I was ready to leave, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy, there was no compassion, there was no like wanting to fight for us. I didn't think that there would be, but you know, you just always hope that like one last try.
Wait, I got divorced. But wait, please beg for me to come back. Fight for me, babe. No, that's not how it worked. You told him you wanted out. He said, okay. He's not going to fight for you. What do you need? The validation of having a man grovel? That's pathetic.
At home that night, we didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day, came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday? And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he's like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer this ship around, you know? And I was like, so what are we gonna do? And he just kept playing. And he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things. Within that 24 hours, he had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all this shit done.
Why would he wait around for anything to happen? You told him you wanted to be apart, so he said, all right, I'm gonna go get my own place. I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna move on with my life. Peace out. And he just wanted his peace.
Tomorrow is officially one of the biggest and most important days of my entire life. Tomorrow is my divorce day, and
post on
it's been a lot,
TikTok,
to say the least. This moment I have equally dreaded and looked forward to, and the fact that it is now coming to an end officially tomorrow is mind-blowing. I cannot wait. I'm so impressed and proud of myself that I have been able to get through this divorce alone. To be 25 years old and doing something of this caliber is huge. I am the youngest of my friends to be married, and now I'm the youngest out of my friends to be divorced.
I mean, you should wait a little longer to get married. 25 is pretty young. Willing to bet she married a good dude, though.
So I'm gonna hold that with a lot of pride.
Many months later.
Tomorrow's Christmas, and I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself I can be strong. It's really like painful dealing with
Chad and Tyrone didn't work out so well.
the loss of everything. Not having my husband.
The pride didn't last very long, now did it?
I want to be independent. I don't need a man. I can do this all on my own.
A few moments later.
I just found out today
that my ex-husband is engaged and I'm unwell. And like, even though
don't be surprised that he moved on and found someone new. Like, you left him. That was your choice.
Yes, it was me that was like, hi, I want divorced. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And it brings up all these feelings. It brings up all this like stuff. And we have a kid and it brings up all this stuff around him.
You split up your family and now you regret it? Wow, who could have seen that coming?
Congratulations. You played
yourself.
Guess who's single again? It's okay. You know,
again.
I've just come out of a marriage. Sarah's single. I feel good.
3 days later.
I'm doing really ugly crying. Because,
TikTok, I gotta show you.
My cat was in here.
Oh, the cat, don't look.
She must have thought I was crazy. Oh, I'm just really realizing that my marriage is over and it's really bad. Oh, I'm really sad.
Should have thought about that.
Even though I don't want to be with him anymore, there is a part of me that wants him to still want to be with me. And when I kind of think about like what gets me upset or why am I so sad about certain things, you know, of him wanting to also go through with the divorce, you know, if I don't want to be with him.
She doesn't want him back. She just wants him to still want her. That is not love. That is ego. She wants freedom and emotional security.
Who you want to become.
And this is why men are walking away from marriage and dating, because it is just not worth it. You are a great guy. You get yourself into what seems like a good relationship. Everything's going great. And then all of a sudden they're bored. They need Chad and Tyrone. And then they leave you. They think the grass is greener, like I said earlier. And then now they're sad and they're posting on TikTok and probably blowing up your phone because they just can't leave you alone. And was it worth all the hassle of divorce and splitting up your family to have married them to begin with? Probably not.
A miserable old woman. I don't think any of us do. You've seen those women out there. The women that are nattering and nagging their husbands, that are bitchy, that aren't nice, that seem to be so unhappy, and we think, oh God, I hope I'm never one of those miserable old women. That happens from raising a family, working, and then all of a sudden we're in our 50s and 60s and we have nothing. We don't have a life. We don't have a life separate from our family or separate from our husband. And so we resent everybody. I did it. Here I am. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already.
Don't resent everybody because you decided to be married for a while. It's you made that choice early in life.
I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know. Wow. Things aren't going that great. I didn't know. I guess I did know. I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
Of course. Always jealous when they find out you've got a new person. Well, sucks to be you, lady.
And has been having a new relationship.
So here it is. In case you didn't know, and this applies to both men and women, being cheated on is traumatizing as fuck.
I will say for both parties, man and woman, it can be traumatizing.
I was married for 21 years, and cheating was never an issue in our marriage. In fact, that was the least of my worries. I never had to worry about it. I never thought I did. I never had a feeling that I had to worry about it. Never on either side. And then I got divorced and I come into the dating field and it is a absolute shit show. And if I had any idea what I was getting myself into, I probably would have stayed married.
What do we have right there, guys? Instant regret. Shouldn't have gotten into dating. Shouldn't have left the good guy. Should have just stayed with him. 21 years she gave up. That is insane.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. Like, I needed to prove to myself that.
Why would you need to do that? The whole point of getting divorced is to, and moving or breaking up usually, is to work on yourself and figure out what you want and make your life better before you get into it with somebody else.
that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2.
And there it is. Divorce number 2.
And there we had it. Divorce number 2. Instant regret. She probably regretted leaving the first husband because it led to a divorce with a second husband.
You know, life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it.
Of course.
I don't regret
Every
it
time.
because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now
you gotta think about the kids. Stop thinking about your fifis and your desires to see other men. You can't break apart your family. They deserve to grow up in an environment with 2 loving, respectful adults so they know how to treat each other in a relationship later.
Today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody.
Wait, she said as much as I've divorced. How many times have you divorced?
To go through a divorce.
She said it herself. Her children are now a statistic she personally created.
What's the one thing you wish everyone around you knew about getting divorced?
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day. And
yeah, you shouldn't walk away from the person you have the most comfort with.
I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend.
So there we had it, a video from The Modern Judge. Great clip collection there. A bunch of women who regretted divorce. What do you know, ladies? You left a long-term marriage because you were bored. Every guy always the good one, and you can never find it again. And that's the lesson you need to learn. And learn that lesson before you get divorced, not after. Watch some of these videos, ladies, and learn. If you like that video, please hit subscribe and the little dingy button so you know when I drop a new one. Peace out.